Imagine you could move objects with just your thoughts. Sounds like something out of a superhero movie, right? Well, that's the basic idea behind psychokinesis, also known as telekinesis. It's the supposed ability to influence or move objects without any physical interaction, using only the power of the mind. While psychokinesis is a popular concept in science fiction and paranormal studies, it remains a controversial topic in the scientific community. Some researchers have conducted experiments to test its validity, but conclusive evidence is still lacking. One of the most notable areas of PK research involves the use of random number generators, RNGs. Studies conducted at the Princeton Engineering Anomalies Research Pair Laboratory, for instance, documented mind-matter interactions over several decades. Their experiments often showed statistically significant deviations from chance, suggesting that human intention might influence the outcomes of RNGs. Despite the rigorous methodology, the effects were typically very small, raising questions about their practical significance. The Rhine Research Center has also conducted experiments observing PK effects. They reported consistent micro-PK effects, where participants could influence electronic systems, including RNGs, beyond what would be expected by chance. These studies are ongoing, aiming to determine the underlying mechanisms, whether magnetic, electrical, or otherwise. The pursuit of understanding psychokinesis is not a new endeavor. It has intrigued thinkers, scientists, and skeptics alike for centuries. Early investigations were often shrouded in mystery, intertwined with spiritualism. As scientific methods advanced, so did the study of psychokinesis. Researchers began to design controlled experiments, employing statistical analysis. This shift marked a crucial turning point, moving towards legitimate scientific inquiry. To determine if the human mind can influence the physical world, scientists have devised ingenious experiments designed to isolate and measure even the slightest psychokinetic effect. These experiments often focus on tasks that generate easily quantifiable and observable results, minimizing ambiguity and subjectivity. One common experimental setup involves random number generators, where participants attempt to influence the sequence of randomly generated numbers using only their minds. By analyzing the statistical distribution of the results, researchers can determine if there's a significant deviation from what would be expected by pure chance, potentially indicating a psychokinetic influence. Another method utilizes specialized devices with delicate, lightweight components designed to respond to even the subtlest physical force. Participants attempt to move or influence these objects, such as small balls or pendulums, without any physical contact. Sensors and cameras precisely track the object's movements, providing data that can be analyzed for any anomalies or patterns suggestive of psychokinesis. These controlled environments allow researchers to minimize external influences, such as air currents or vibrations, that could potentially skew the results. While designing and conducting these experiments requires meticulous attention to detail and rigor, they represent our best attempts to objectively measure and understand the elusive nature of psychokinesis. In the meticulous pursuit of understanding psychokinesis, we navigate a landscape where the extraordinary and ordinary blur. Scientists devise ingenious experiments to test the mind's influence over matter. But how do we interpret the results? How do we discern genuine effects from chance? Imagine a game of dice, where a roll of 7 is significant. Now imagine influencing the outcome with the mind. If they roll a 7, is it psychokinesis or coincidence? This is where statistics come into play. Scientists analyze the probability of results occurring by chance. A single roll might be intriguing, but consistent deviation from chance raises eyebrows. The search for definitive proof continues. For centuries, the human mind has been perceived as a realm separate from the physical world. But what if this perceived separation is an illusion? The mind, in all its is inextricably linked. Consider biofeedback, where individuals control heart rate and brain waves through mental exercises. This suggests a profound connection between mental states and physiological processes. Could extend beyond our bodies, influencing the external world. Some researchers propose the brain might generate subtle energy fields. These interactions could influence the movement of objects. Line of inquiry compels us the boundaries between mind and matter. The pursuit of knowledge is a tapestry woven with threads of curiosity, skepticism, and the relentless pursuit of evidence. While some scientists approach the possibility of psychokinesis with open minds, others remain steadfast in their skepticism, demanding extraordinary evidence for such an extraordinary claim. One of the primary reasons for this skepticism lies in the lack of consistent, replicable results in psychokinesis experiments. While some studies have reported statistically significant findings, others have failed to replicate those results under seemingly identical conditions. This lack of replicability raises concerns about the robustness of the findings and the potential influence of uncontrolled variables. Furthermore, critics argue that many psychokinesis experiments are plagued by methodological flaws, such as inadequate controls, experimenter bias, or even outright fraud. These flaws cast a shadow of doubt over the validity of the findings, making it difficult to separate genuine effects from artifacts of poorly designed experiments. The scientific community, with its commitment to objectivity and rigorous scrutiny, demands a high bar for evidence, especially when it comes to claims that challenge our current understanding of the natural world. Until compelling, irrefutable evidence for psychokinesis emerges, the wall of skepticism will likely remain. Throughout history, whispers have echoed of seemingly impossible feats, objects moving without a touch, spoons bending with the mind's eye, even levitation. How do we separate genuine mystery from elaborate fabrications? The scientific mind craves evidence, a clear demonstration of cause and effect. Imagine understanding gravity based solely on stories of people floating. These tales push the boundaries of belief, perhaps holding keys to new frontiers in understanding consciousness. Consider the act of throwing a basketball. It seems simple enough, almost automatic. But beneath the surface, a complex interplay of mental processes unfolds. We visualize the trajectory, calculate the force needed, and direct our muscles with laser focus. What if a similar mental discipline could be harnessed to influence the world beyond our bodies? This is the crux of psychokinesis, the idea that our thoughts, our intentions, can exert a measurable force on the physical world. Just as a magnifying glass concentrates sunlight into a powerful beam, could focused belief amplify the subtle energies of the mind, allowing us to interact with our surroundings in ways we never thought possible? Skeptics rightly point out the lack of consistent, replicable evidence for psychokinesis. And yet, the human mind remains a vast, uncharted territory, capable of extraordinary feats of creativity, calculation, and even self-healing. We routinely accomplish tasks that would have seemed impossible just a few generations ago. Perhaps within the intricate neural networks of the brain lies a dormant potential, waiting to be awakened. Perhaps the power of belief and focus, when properly understood and harnessed, could unlock abilities we once relegated to the realm of science fiction. From the ancient yogis of India to the spiritual healers of South America, cultures have long explored the interconnectedness of mind and matter. These traditions offer a glimpse into the diverse ways humans have sought to understand and harness the mind's potential. In some cultures, psychokinetic abilities are seen as a natural extension of human consciousness. These practices blur the lines between the spiritual and the physical, offering a holistic view of the human experience. There's a growing recognition of the placebo effect, the mind's ability to influence physical healing. For centuries, the study of psychokinesis has been on the fringes of mainstream science. Limited by rudimentary tools, researchers struggled to capture the elusive phenomena. However, the landscape of psychokinesis research is changing. Modern technology is providing scientists with unprecedented tools. Advanced brain imaging techniques allow us to peer into the brain in real time. Sophisticated sensors can now track minute changes in physical systems. These tools, combined with rigorous protocols, provide a level of objectivity. Technological advancements hold the key to unlocking the mysteries of psychokinesis. The pursuit of scientific knowledge is not without its ethical considerations, especially when exploring the human mind, where science fiction and reality blur. Psychokinesis research raises profound ethical questions. If proven real, it impacts human autonomy and privacy. Imagine thoughts manipulating objects or influencing others. Such power in the wrong hands could be malicious. Research must adhere to the highest ethical standards. Informed consent is crucial for participant understanding. Clear guidelines for knowledge use are essential. Proceed with caution, responsibility, and respect for dignity. The human mind is a powerful force, influencing our perception of reality. The placebo effect shows how beliefs can affect our physical well-being. Could the placebo effect play a role in psychokinesis? Belief and anticipation trigger physiological changes. These shifts might influence the experimental setup. The placebo effect highlights the power of our minds and the need for scientific rigor. From the telekinetic Jedi Knights wielding the Force in a galaxy far, far away, to 11 battling Demogorgons with her mind in Stranger Things, psychokinesis has captivated our imaginations for decades. These fictional portrayals, often imbued with dramatic flair, tap into our innate curiosity about the potential of the human mind. But how much of what we see on screen reflects the reality of scientific exploration into psychokinesis? The danger with such sensationalized depictions is that they can blur the lines between science fiction and scientific pursuit. While entertaining, they risk creating unrealistic expectations and misconceptions about the true nature of psychokinesis. The scientific study of psychokinesis is far more meticulous and nuanced than what's typically shown in movies and TV shows. It involves rigorous experimental designs, statistical analysis, and a healthy dose of skepticism to separate genuine effects from wishful thinking. Despite the allure of cinematic portrayals, it's crucial to remember that real scientific progress requires patience, meticulous methodology, and a commitment to following the evidence wherever it leads, even if it leads us down a path less traveled by Hollywood. Unraveling the mysteries of the human mind and its potential to interact with the physical world requires a multifaceted approach. Much like understanding the cosmos demands insights from astrophysics, cosmology, and planetary science. In the case of psychokinesis, this means drawing upon a diverse range of disciplines, each contributing their unique perspectives and methodologies to create a richer understanding. Neuroscience, for instance, provides crucial insights into the intricate workings of the brain, helping us understand how neural activity might be linked to psychokinetic phenomena. Psychology delves into the complexities of human behavior, perception, and consciousness, exploring how mental states could influence our physical world. And physics, the study of matter, energy, and their interactions, provides the framework for understanding the fundamental laws governing our universe, laws that psychokinesis, if real, would need to adhere to. This interdisciplinary approach is crucial for moving beyond anecdotal accounts and subjective interpretations. By combining the rigor of physics with the insights of neuroscience and psychology, we can develop more sophisticated experimental designs and delve deeper into the potential mechanisms underlying psychokinesis. It's through this harmonious collaboration of disciplines that we can truly begin to unravel the extraordinary capabilities of the human mind and its potential influence on the world around us. Let's for a moment entertain the extraordinary. Imagine a future where psychokinesis, the ability to influence matter with the mind, transcends the realm of parlor tricks and enters the realm of practical application. What might this world look like? Imagine surgeons conducting delicate operations remotely, their minds guiding instruments with an unseen hand. Picture engineers manipulating machinery from afar, assembling complex structures with the power of thought alone. Consider athletes achieving unparalleled feats of strength and agility, their minds pushing the boundaries of human potential. The possibilities, much like the universe itself, are vast and awe-inspiring. We might witness a paradigm shift in how we interact with our environment, a world where the limitations of our physical bodies no longer define what we can achieve. Construction could be revolutionized, with buildings rising from the ground like organic structures, molded by the collective will of architects and engineers. Transportation might take on a whole new meaning, with vehicles gliding effortlessly through the air, guided by the focused thoughts of their passengers. Even space exploration, the ultimate frontier, could be transformed. Instead of relying on complex machinery, imagine astronauts navigating the cosmos, their minds interfacing directly with the fabric of space-time. As we stand on the precipice of these extraordinary possibilities, it's crucial to remember that our journey into the realm of psychokinesis is still in its infancy. While the anecdotal evidence is intriguing and the potential applications tantalizing, the scientific community demands rigorous proof. The path forward lies in continued exploration, in refining our experimental methods, and in embracing the interdisciplinary nature of this fascinating field. We need to delve deeper into the brain, unraveling the complex interplay of neurons, neurotransmitters, and electromagnetic fields that might hold the key to unlocking the mind's true potential. New technologies such as advanced brain imaging techniques and sophisticated sensors offer unprecedented opportunities to study the brain-matter interaction. By combining these tools with rigorous experimental protocols and statistical analysis, we can begin to separate genuine psychokinetic phenomena from statistical anomalies and wishful thinking. The quest to understand psychokinesis is not merely a scientific pursuit, it's a journey into the very essence of what it means to be human. It challenges our preconceived notions about the nature of reality, the limits of our abilities, and the interconnectedness of all things. It's a journey that requires an open mind, a healthy dose of skepticism, and an unyielding passion for discovery. We've journeyed together through the enigmatic world of psychokinesis, exploring its historical roots, examining the scientific evidence, and contemplating its potential implications for the future. We've encountered both tantalizing possibilities and healthy skepticism, a testament to the complex and often perplexing nature of this field of study. Remember, the universe is full of mysteries, both within us and beyond our pale blue dot. As we've learned, some mysteries like the vastness of space or the intricacies of the human brain may take centuries, even millennia, to unravel. But that's the beauty of science. It's a never-ending quest for knowledge, driven by curiosity, fueled by observation, and illuminated by the power of the human mind. So the next time you gaze up at the stars or feel the weight of your own thoughts, remember the incredible potential that lies within each of us, waiting to be explored. Thank you for joining me on this exploration into the extraordinary realm of psychokinesis. I encourage you to share your thoughts, questions, and even your own experiences in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more journeys into the wonders of science and the mysteries of the universe.